Welcome back, everybody, to the Redwood Forest. I'm your naturalist, and my naturalist name is Goose, and you're watching Alliance Redwoods Camp at Home. Ooh, gotta love that backlighting, huh? Oh! So, I'm walking around through the forest, and a thought came to my head as I came upon some leaves. And this is a very, very important thing to be discussing and talking about. Once you're out in the forest exploring, and you're out in the bushes, and you're out touching and looking at nature, one interesting leaf comes to mind for a lot of explorers. Poison oak. Dun dun dun! Yes, poison oak, or for my eastern friends, poison ivy, is something that is very common in our forests. But the question arises, how can we really know what it looks like, and how can we point it out when we see it and to avoid it, and what can we learn from this plant? For the record, you should always travel safely and always make the assumption that the plant you're looking at is poison oak or poison ivy. You don't want to assume that it's not poison oak or poison ivy and then touching it and risk getting that terrible rash. We'll talk about what that looks like later on in this video. But we also want to know what it actually is and how we can safely understand and explore while also knowing what the different risks are in our forest. Now, before we go off into exploring and finding out what we want to find out, there's a couple of parameters we need to lay out for all of my young explorers. First and foremost, do not go out looking for poison oak by yourself or without an adult supervising you. There are several things that can exist in the forest that could be potentially, not very safe. We want to eliminate as much risk as possible, so always have an adult with you when you're exploring. Second thing, do not ever touch a plant that is unknown to you. If you don't know what it is, leave it there. Just use your eyes to observe, okay? Bring along as an expert, an adult, someone who can help you understand these things fully. I'm a naturalist, so I know these things. I'm going to be touching some stuff. Please make sure you have an adult with you when you are doing these kinds of exploration. Third and final thing, have a curious mind. Be wanting to find out more. Be wanting to go out into the world around you and find more. Be more than just a casual observer. Grab a backpack, grab a notebook, a pencil, a water bottle, closed-toed shoes, and a curious mind, and with that, you'll be unstoppable. Without further ado, let's go find some poison oak. Woo! So we've got a couple leaves here. A lot of them, most of them, if not all of them, follow the same rules that would apply to poison oak or poison ivy. They have the leaves of 3, some of them are kind of shiny, but we want to know which one is for real poison oak. So I'm going to pause on this little bit right here, and I want to challenge you. Find an adult, find a friend, find someone that you can talk to, and try and tell them actually, don't try, tell them, which one of these do you think is poison oak? And why do you think that? What are your reasons for that? Boy howdy, that was a lot of things to talk about. Let's kind of go over everything. We learned that poison oak leaves are usually red, but not all the time. Usually it's during the autumn seasons. We learned that the poison oak leaves do not have any sharp edges, they're usually lobed, and there's never any thorns on the stems. We also talked about how they're very shiny from the oil that covers them, and that whenever you feel like you might have encountered some or touched some or anything on your body, wash your hands, wash your clothes, and contact any medical professionals that you think might be helpful. I think that about covers it. But, just to be certain, here's a nice little photo that talks about everything we talked about today. Boop. Now, I have a challenge for you. When you go out into your forests or your parks or your fields or even your backyard, I challenge you to look at your leaves. Do you see leaves that match the poison oak leaves? Do you see leaves that are different? What kinds of leaves can you notice? Write down in the comment section below, or tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell your parent, tell your brother and sister, tell somebody what you notice about the leaves in your area. What can you see? It's my challenge to you. Can you do it? And finally, all and y'all who have joined me on this epic adventure, we have reached the conclusion of our video. I hope you learned a little something about poison oak and maybe a little bit about the forests that exist here in California. I challenge you once again to go out into your world. Go into your backyard. Find your nature and study it, learn about it, find out more. Be more than just a casual observer. I have been Goose, your naturalist today. Go out and explore the world.